My name is Sanjana Jain and I am going to present my presentation on the topic General Introduction to Vaccines. But before starting the presentation, let us see the topics covered in this video. So the topics are: what is vaccine? How are vaccines made? How they work in the body? Why are vaccines given in doses? About vaccination, about three most common vaccines of India, value of vaccination worldwide, and updates about coronavirus vaccine. So first of all, what is vaccine? Vaccine is a substance that is introduced into body to prevent infection or control diseases due to a certain pathogen. The vaccine teaches the body how to defend itself against pathogen by creating an immune response. Vaccines are preparation of components derived from a pathogen. So vaccines basically provides an immunity that lasts for an extended period from 1 year up to lifetime protection, and also vaccine prevents diseases. Second topic is how are vaccines made? So the basic strategies used to make vaccines are: first, weaken the virus. In this, the viruses are weakened so they reproduce very poorly once inside the body. The virus in vaccines reproduce fewer than 20 times because vaccine viruses don't reproduce very much and they don't cause diseases. They replicate well to induce memory B cells to protect infection in future. Example, chickenpox. The limitation is this cannot be given to people with weak immune system like cancer or AIDS patient. Second, inactivate the virus. Viruses are completely inactivated with a chemical in this strategy. When a virus is killed, it cannot possibly reproduce itself. Example of this type is polio, rabies. It can be given to people with weak immune system, but the limitation is that it requires several doses to achieve immunity. Use part of virus. Just one part of virus is removed and used as vaccine. This strategy can be used when an immune response to one part of virus is responsible against diseases. Example, hepatitis B and shingles. Fourth, use part of bacteria. Some bacteria cause diseases by making a harmful protein called toxin. Several vaccines are made by taking toxin and inactivating them with a chemical. By inactivating toxin, it no longer causes diseases. Example, tetanus. Provide genetic code, that is DNA, mRNA or vectored virus for part of virus. In this strategy, the person who is vaccinated makes the part of virus. Example, COVID-19. The next topic is how vaccines work in body. So we basically need immunity against pathogens. Vaccination gives us immunity against these pathogens. For example, we take malarial parasite. We take the dead or non-toxic form of malarial parasite. After taking this dead or non-toxic form, WBC will come to know that the pathogen has arrived in the body. Antigen comes, but that is not toxic for the body. We have many WBCs and they are specific and they are formed till some months of the birth and they stops later on. The WBC will detect the antigens. Then these WBCs will bind to those antigens and will produce clones and they'll divide. Some cells will eat that pathogen and some will become memory cells so that memory need not be created later on and only division may be required. And with increase in doses, the immunity increases. The next topic is why are vaccines given in doses? For some vaccines, the first dose does not provide as much immunity as possible, so more doses are required. Multiple doses of vaccine help build immunity. Getting multiple doses allow the immune response to last longer. After a while, the immunity begins to wear off. A booster dose is needed to bring immunity level back up. Study shows that for some vaccines, more than one dose is needed for everyone to develop the best immune response. The second dose makes sure almost everyone is protected. In case of the flu vaccine, adults and children need to get a dose every year. The next topic is vaccination. Vaccination is the administration of a vaccine to help the immune system develop protection from a disease. Vaccination is the most effective method of preventing infectious diseases. Immunity is produced in a body through vaccination. The first vaccine was smallpox vaccine, which was developed against a contagious disease. In 1796, the British doctor Edward Jenner demonstrated that an infection with the relatively mild cowpox virus conferred immunity against the deadly smallpox virus. Vaccination protects children from serious illness and complication of vaccine preventable diseases, which can include amputation of an arm or leg, paralysis of limb, hearing loss, convulsions, brain damage, but here diseases like mumps, measles are still a threat. So now about three most common vaccines of India. The first one is polio vaccine. It is the most critical vaccine of India. Doctors and caregivers organize camps under government initiatives, pulse polio immunization program, even go to each house to administer the OPV. It is a must for newborn babies to receive the OPV. Second is hepatitis B vaccine. Hepatitis B severely affects the liver, and therefore the hepatitis B vaccines and hepatitis B immune globulin vaccine are administered to babies at birth. The third is the DPT vaccine. The DPT vaccine is also known as the triple antigen. This vaccine provides protection and immunity against three deadly diseases: diphtheria, whooping cough, and tetanus. It is given at age of 1.5 months, 2.5 months, and 3.5 months. When a child grows up to 1.5 years of age, another dose of DPT vaccine is given. The next topic is value of vaccination worldwide. Vaccines have been recognized as one of the greatest medical advances of past 160 years. In 1974, only 5% of world children received vaccination, but by 2005, 75% were immunized. Over 5.9 million deaths are prevented annually through vaccination. Diseases that are prevented because of vaccination are varicella, diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, Haemophilus influenzae, hepatitis B, measles, polio, and tuberculosis. Vaccines helped in improving individual well-being and quality of life. It not only protects individual, it protects society as a whole. Vaccination does not allow spread of diseases from one individual to other. The next topic is updates about coronavirus vaccine. A COVID vaccine developed by Pfizer has been approved for use in UK and first doses have been given to patients. So the first is the Pfizer vaccine. They showed that the vaccine is up to 95% effective. The UK is due to get 40 million doses. It is given in 2 doses 3 weeks apart. About 43,000 people have had the vaccine with no safety concerns. The vaccine must be stored at temperature of around minus 70 degrees Celsius. It will be transported in a special box packed in dry ice and installed with GPS trackers. On 2nd December, UK became the first country in the world to approve the Pfizer coronavirus vaccine for widespread use. The second is the Oxford University vaccine. Trial shows it stops 70% of people developing COVID symptoms. Data suggests it could increase protection up to 90%. The UK has ordered 100 million doses. It is given in 2 doses. Trials with more than 20,000 volunteers are continuing. This may be one of the easiest vaccines to distribute because it does not need to be stored at a very cold temperature. The next is the Moderna vaccine. It has same approach as Pfizer vaccine. It protects 94.5% of people, the company claims. It is given in 2 doses. 30,000 people have been involved. It is easier to store this vaccine than Pfizer because it stays stable at minus 20 degrees Celsius for up to 6 months. Other vaccines are Sputnik 5 by Russia and Wuhan Institute of Biological Products in China. The Indian institutes preparing the vaccines are Bharat Biotech, Serum Institute, Zydus Cadila, Indian Immunological and Biological E. Hope this video was informative. Thank you.